Put it on, girl. Let me see it. Put it on, girl. Let me see it.
Uh-oh. You just Claudia. You muted yourself. We're having technical difficulties. You're
Welcome
good.
to Accidentally Informed, where we have technical problems, but Erica.
Where we are reminding you to vote for us for NAACP Image Awards. We want to give a shout out to our moderator, Anthony Buchanan, who has been sharing how to vote. So make sure you're getting your votes in. You have until February 13th to vote. Vote early, vote often. We want to hear from you. This is such an exciting time for all of us.
Yeah. How's the response been on your end? Have people been like excited about it and like voting and all that?
So excited. So excited. And people have been amazing. It's come from the most like not shocking because obviously, you know, but it's just people who you haven't heard from in a while. And they're just dropping like one little line to say, proud of you voted, like not looking for anything, you know, like it's just like it's just such a feel good time. And so I just so appreciate people right now.
My mother was calling me today while she was at the bowling alley, and she's in a bowling league.
Yeah.
She's like, I asked like 5 people to vote for you. And she's like, I said, okay, Mom, you can vote more than once. She's like, oh, you can vote multiple. So she was telling the people. It was cute. So
love that.
they've gotten 6 or 7 votes from the great state of Rhode Island.
That's right.
Push
Bring
us
it
over
on
the
home, Rhode Island.
Bring us, yes, over the top. But that's exciting. You know, we're getting ready for this. Erica is sending me drawings and sketches and clothes every day because she's like, what you're not about to do is show up to any event with me in Fashion Nova or Shein, although I do want my deal with Fashion Nova. But yes, she is.
Well,
even open up the ideas to
you're breaking up a bit. Yeah, well, here's the thing. We have heard and had gotten inquiries and communications from amazing Black designers, luxury brands. And so it's like it's really very cool. Like I think that fashion tells a story and we have the ability to tell a story across the spectrum. I also just want to note, because, you know, we started this podcast for the 92%. And obviously, you know, we're 80% Black female. And it's like so crazy how some of these brands are just like, as soon as they hear about it, like, yes, we want to be a part of this. We want to be a part of this moment. And, you know, for the past like couple of years, it's been an ambiguous situation when it comes to, you know, Black organizations and some of these brands supporting. But I do want to give a shout out to our stylist, Haley Lucchese, because she has been making all of these connections and all of these designers are coming together. And it's just very exciting, very exciting. So thank you for playing along with me, Claudia.
You know, I'm like a wild tomcat in an alley. Like, I'm like, oh, don't put a leash on me. I don't want to. I got to commit. No, like, I want to just pick something that day.
I get it. But, and some people are agreeing with you. We have Shea Butter Mama says these online budget fashion retailers have beautiful designs. And that is true. But the issue is as well is a lot of these, and I'm not naming any names, but a lot of times these are ripoffs of designers. And some of them tend to be minority designers. So I want to be clear about that because it's important that we are amplifying these Black designers because they do amazing, incredible work and they deserve to get a time in the spotlight as well.
Absolutely. Erica, since we have a comment from Lauren _1987 who says Claudia's makeup and hair is gorgeous. Pink is her color. So I was doing green screen tonight for Love and Hip Hop Miami. Like I'm on there supporting Rada. She's about to walk through the door any minute now. I'm here in Miami, right? So I had to do green screen. So they're asking me questions about some of the cast members. And you know, these kind of shows, they want you to be shady. And I was like, every question I go, what? As an NAACP Image Award nominee, I don't want to necessarily go down that path. And so I'm already acting funny. Have you started acting funny and different since you got the award? Like, are you like, oh, I don't know if I can go there with a nominee, an NAACP Image Award nominee? Go there. You can close the door, girl. You good.
Hey, Rada.
I'm sorry. You can come say hi. Come say hi to Erica. We on air. No, say, you can say, look, you look cute. Come. We're on air. Come say hi. We already talked about you. Say hi. This is Rada.
Hi, everyone.
Hey, beautiful.
Hey,
How are
gorgeous.
you?
Good. We
Good.
missed you.
Oh my gosh, I miss you. You look
looking
amazing. What are you
gorgeous.
talking about?
Thank you.
She's always so fly. We're gonna have to do another trip real soon.
Yes, we do. Let's do it.
Yes.
Rada's outside now.
Oh, okay. We gonna catch each other outside. How about that?
Okay, we have a bunch of comments. It's an honor to be nominated. I am proud of Claudia for getting nominated. Hello to the lady with the glasses. This is my first time watching the show. Why? But we're happy you're here though. Ashley, 1353. Watching y'all live. Watch y'all all off. Oh, thank you so much. Aretha, I voted and hope you guys win.
Oh, thank you.
Anna Tag, 1171. Hey y'all, I voted. Aw.
Love
You can
that.
vote a lot of times. I mean, you can vote from your computer. You can vote from your cell phone. You can take your man's phone and vote from his phone, your girl's phone, your
all
mama's
your
phone.
email addresses. Yeah, I'm from Chicago where we vote early and often. Okay.
You can vote multiple times from the same. I saw you did a video of like how to vote and like, you know.
Yes, because people got a little confused. So if you voted, for those of you who didn't see it, if you voted but you didn't submit an email, then your vote doesn't count. So it is important to go back up to where it says all categories and you scroll all the way down to the bottom and hit submit. So that means you can vote for every single category. You can vote for just us, however you want to do it. And once you hit the submit button, then it'll ask you for your email address and then you hit submit again. And that's when you get the notification that your vote was counted.
So I only saw that when I did the option on when I went to the site, but when I followed the link that's just right from our page, it looked like, it's like, oh, your vote was already recorded. I don't know. I was kind of confused. It looked like it.
Yeah, because you probably voted before. And so you can do the cast, like clear out your cookies and do it again. So if you want to see that video, I think we shared it on Accidentally Informed Instagram as well, but it will show you exactly how to vote. Aretha says, I'm from Chicago and I did, LOL. Vote early, vote often was a Chicago thing about, illegal voting.
I don't know
just put that into perspective.
I think some of our votes may have not counted then. We're gonna have to like really push this like every week exactly on the how to, I think.
Yes. And I know Anthony's sharing the link. So yes,
okay,
not get out there and vote, just vote from your phone.
Well, we appreciate the people who have voted, are voting, and will vote. And let's see what we can do together, y'all.
Yes.
All right. We've got a packed show for you today, from Don Lemon firing back at Miss Nicki Minaj, to Karamo Brown taking a stand for his mental health, to NeNe Leakes settling her Bravo lawsuit, and to our special guest who inspired a character on the Netflix show Forever. Now, before we get into any of this, I'd like to address a headline of something I woke up to on Instagram concerning something that T.S. Madison said on air. There's been there's this Instagram account named the DL Whisperer that his page was started off with giving women tips on how to know and kind of like clock if their man may possibly be on the down low, and it was very tongue-in-cheek and definitely for the girlies. And he's covered T.S. Madison a few times, and T.S. Madison is a friend of mine, so although I do enjoy the DL Whisperers page, I tend to not chime in when the topic is like when it's someone I know. I don't really say much. I just because that's my friend. But I think Maddie saw that I liked some of the posts and was definitely hurt by that. So she went on a show and said, Claudia Jordan liked some posts, and I'm like, whoa, So I did not want to get into anything messy online, because the way I see it is, someone is your real friend, you pick up the phone and you call them. And so that's what I did after I was done working today. And I picked up the phone. We spoke for an hour. It's all love. It's all good. Maddie will be sharing, an update from our conversation tomorrow on her show. Please check her out. We're good. We are good. And we were very clear on what hurts each other's feelings, what is important to us, how we feel about each other, the way we know about each other's hearts and intentions. And we're good. And I before things get big and things get blown out of proportion the way things do on social media, I wanted to go ahead and stop that right here. And we are good. And so
I love that. I think that's true sign of grown women, okay? Because I think a lot of times, especially when you're in the public eye and then people start putting, sauce on it, things can become bigger than what they need it to be, because I think you're absolutely right. A phone call is so important. And if you really value a friendship and a relationship, then you're going to give each other the benefit of the doubt, because not everything is what it appears to be. And I think that's so important to model in real time, because people will fly with the narrative, and you don't understand in the long run what you could be sacrificing by getting pulled into that energy. So I commend you both.
It was hard though, because there are some things that I agree with on his page. And then I also have to be mindful of what could hurt my friend's feelings, and some personal stuff that, she shared that was like not cool. So it's like a fine line, being open-minded is not easy, and being fair is not easy sometimes too. But we spoke. To me, the core important issue between us is how we react, because it's super easy. I mean, we both know a lot of people in the world, so there may be people I rock with that don't rock with her, and vice versa. But guess what? We have to protect what we have, and I can't let someone like talk crazy about you in front of me. And anyways, I wasn't sure if I want to even talk about this, because it's so easy to like trip up on your words and it not come out as clearly as you wanted to. The end of the day is my main thing is you pick up the phone and you call the person that you have an issue with. And if they didn't, you do it. Someone got to do it. Yeah. And at the end of the day, usually a phone call heals all these things, and we're good. So a little minor hiccup. So shout out to Maddie for the great conversation today. All right. Let's get into it. First up, Don Lemon is responding after Nicki Minaj called him a homophobic slur. Here's some of what he said to TMZ.
Nicki Minaj should just sit the f down. And by the way, isn't she married to an alleged pedophile? And she has the nerve to say something disparaging about and something homophobic. I'm pretty sure that maybe that's part of the reason that she is cozying up to the Trump administration for some sort of leniency for her family members. And it's just very transparent. So Nicki Minaj, F off, stop being a homophobic bigot, and get a life and some brains.
Do you think Don is right? Is Nicki cozying up to Trump, whatever, to save her family?
Well, I think we've pontificated, or at least thought about that. There clearly is a reason for, I mean, this isn't all happening just out of the clear blue sky. Most people who have gone over the river and through the woods in order to create this stir, especially when it seems like it's like a whiplash situation, are gaining something. What they're gaining, I do not know. I would like to say this, though. I am here for the moment that Don Lemon is telling anyone to F off, okay? Because this is the problem. People think that because you were in a position where you were an anchor on a mainstream broadcast network, that you ain't about it. And then they play in your face right and left, thinking that they're not going to get their feelings hurt. Now, I'm not saying that Don Lemon hurt Nicki Minaj's feelings. I feel like Nicki Minaj is insulated to a point that she just anticipates this type of smoke anytime she's given the type of smoke. Mm-hmm. But I do think that sometimes it's important to drag somebody out into the middle of the Times Square in order to warn the others. And I'm glad that Don is here for that moment. And congratulations to Don for his NAACP Image Award nomination, although we are in competition with Don.
But he has other categories. He can win the other one and leave our category. Like, Don, you know.
Right.
You don't need to win our
Don,
category.
we got your back. Have ours. Throw it.
I'm so disappointed in Nicki Minaj. Nicki is just going further and further and further into a very dark place. At first, began with the nasty things she was saying about Megan Thee Stallion's deceased mom. Digging her up. Like, who does that? Like, have a rap beef without going that low. There's room in this game for Nicki, for Cardi, and for Megan, and Lotto, and Glorilla, and Doechii, all of them. There's so many. Like, the last couple of years, I've been really proud to see like the women dominating the hip hop scene. And I feel like Nicki doesn't like to share. And I don't understand this complete pivot to go from supporting Kamala Harris in the Democratic Party to going MAGA, not even Republican, MAGA. Sitting down with Erica Kirk with that fake, performative, corny stunt they used you for. I don't know what that was about. I'm surprised they didn't cancel you when you called J.D. Vance the assassin to Erica Kirk, whose husband was assassinated a couple months ago. Then you were used as a pawn to speak to the UN about the drama that's happening in Nigeria with Christians and Muslims. Just check your facts, Nicki. There are more Muslims being persecuted than Christians in Nigeria. Okay, that's a fact. And a lot of the violence is actually north of Nigeria. And shortly thereafter, bombs were dropped in Nigeria. Now, I know you're not an African American. You're from the Caribbean, but your roots definitely. It's just disgusting what you're doing. We all see it doesn't really work out for any body that kind of sides with this administration. Their celebrity, their cachet of celebs has been a bunch of has-beens, bust downs, and never gonna make it, or people that are trying to revive their careers. And Nicki, I still think you're too big of a name to be over there with those people. You don't need it. Like you and Kid Rock, that's their top celebrities. It's disappointing because then your homophobic attacks on Don Lemon, calling him a quote-unquote cocksucker, cocksucking Don Lemon. Well, Nicki Minaj, you too are a cocksucker. But the cock that you suck is attached to a pedophile, a sex offender, actually. So, be careful when you point a finger because there's those 4 fingers pointing back at you and they're not cute. Nicki Minaj, you might want to stay away from cocksucker and, talking about sex crimes or sexual deviancy, I should say. Because between your brother and your man, you got a lot of skeletons in your closet. And I hate to see you go out like this. Barbs, I know you're going to be mad. You're going to light me up. You're going to come to my house. You're going to do all this, that, and the third. Fine. But maybe talk to your queen about, we love the old Nicki. We love, how you used to be. You used to be an advocate for people in the community. And now, imagine how disappointing you are as a young, homosexual, young man that loves Nicki Minaj and felt he was an advocate for you. And like, she sees me, I'm a barb, I'm going to go hard for her. And then she says these nasty things about someone else who's in the LGBT community, Don Lemon, who's brave. And this is how she thinks about you. I just feel like the hypocrisy is stunning.
I think there is a valuable lesson to be learned here. And if that's the pivot that people are making, understanding that someone that they rode so hard for may not ride as hard for them. And the lesson is very simple. You have to be careful when you lay down with pigs because that soil, that dirt, it doesn't just go away. So what happens is you just continue to have to keep yourself dirty because now you're in the pen and it's very difficult to wash that soil off. So be very, very mindful about who you align yourself with from jump. And we have the option to make different decisions. But when you are so rooted, that's undeniable. the boyfriend or the husband and the brother thing, it's undeniable. And so if you've made those types of decisions, then that's where you have to live until you make a different decision. But you see how deep that mud pit goes?
And might I add, you're an immigrant. You're an immigrant, Nicki. This administration will be forever known as the administration who caused so much harm, family separations, dragging U.S. citizens out of their homes that they think are immigrants, which you really are, and throwing them in jail, then, oh, our bad, lay them out later on, killing people, shooting people in the face. How can anyone with a heart align with this administration right now? And you being a minority, a woman, an immigrant, and have family members and husband that are sex offenders, it's the hypocrisy is crazy. How big was that check? And you don't need money. You're so you got it, Nicki. I just hate what this must do to your fan base. I'm just saying.
We'll see. We'll see.
Good luck with that. Are you dumb though? In the words of Remy Ma, are you dumb? Remy, this would be a great time to come out with Sheetha Part 2. Let me jump on that track. I'm on Love and Hip Hop. Maybe I can rap now. All these other rappers that don't want to rap are rapping on the show. So I'm just saying. All right. Moving on. I'm starting off 2026. I'm just going to get canceled every week. That's just going to be, or attacked. I'm going to go viral for talking shit every single week. All right. Now this week, Queer Eye's Karamo Brown skipped multiple live interviews with his co-stars, saying he's dealing with years of mental and emotional abuse and needs space to heal. TMZ says Karamo's mom caught 3 of his co-stars talking trash about him on set when she had headphones on. That was provided by production. And now reportedly he's falling out with all of them. All right, do y'all think Karamo did the right thing by not showing up and doing press with his castmates? And could forgiveness happen between this group? What you think, Erica?
See, okay, just for context, because the way that I read the story was that for people who don't, so I'm reading it as she had headphones, like production headphones in the booth. So she's hearing the microphones that aren't necessarily live on camera. So what you have to understand for context is that when you are in a studio, a production, your microphone is generally hot. It's just not hot and actually being broadcast. So that's where you hear people having conversations, going to the bathroom, things like that. It's not edited. So there was no way for the team or the cast to know necessarily that she was privy to having production headphones on. So that makes me think that they are always speaking this way and no one has clocked it or said anything about it. But here's the thing, because let me tell you something about Black mamas, okay? Like, I mean, anybody else want to testify to this? Because people really be trying to play with Black mamas. And I'm going to tell you right now, they different. They different. You don't want to be messing in the energy. And I'm not saying that all mamas aren't like this, but Black mamas get real about it when you are messing in their baby's energy. They take it very spiritual. It is ancestral. Okay. So I have no doubt that Karamo's mama pulled him to the side to say, what did I say about these people smiling in your face and talking behind your back? And once mama says that, you better take heed. Because I know when my mama tell me that people are playing in my face, my mama has not been wrong one time. And I have listened sometimes, and sometimes I have not listened. And when I didn't listen, it always blows up in my face. So Karamo did the right thing to listen to his mama. I believe everything that Karamo's mama said, because I know she ain't gonna lie on her baby or to her baby, and she is protecting him. Because at the end of the day, Karamo, not that everybody doesn't have a lot going on, but sometimes some of us be on set, some of us be in places, and people be acting real funny about the idea of us winning coming up. Like, I feel really happy for people when they have things going on, when they are succeeding from the bottom of my heart, because I love winners. I like to be around winners. I want to be friends with winners. You want to know why? Because I'm a winner. So if you can't get right and win with me and feel happy for me without trying to play in my energy, which, by the way, you might want to be careful about playing in people's energy. That is trespassing, and there is actual spiritual law against it. That's the reason why it keeps up. That's all I want to say about that.
Wow. NAACP award nominee Erica Cobb was in her Love and Hip Hop Denver bag tonight. Did you see all the neck rolling? And yo, mama, and that's what you got to do. And you know, like, you did a lot of this. And I was like, okay, Erica Cobb, showing you are versatile. And now I want a black mama. I need a black mama to help and come to my defense. Is that what I've been missing in my life, Erica? Can I borrow your mama so I can have a black mama go run it up and reel these people in? I think I need that. Italians got a little bit of black blood in them because of the Moors conquered them back in the day. But I want someone to roll their neck for me like that.
You already know Dr. Cobb got you. Dr. Cobb is more, she be more in it like, shit, nobody gonna talk about my Claudia. And yeah, no. Yeah, you are covered by Dr. Cobb.
Oh, thank you. I have an honorary black mama.
Yeah, yes, you do. Yes, you do. But I had to say that because the energy right now in between the year of the snake and the year of the horse, because you know, the year of the snake ain't over until February 17th. And people are acting real funky and crazy right now. Okay.
Oh my God.
The energy is insane.
Yeah.
So protect Karamo at all costs was my point.
I'm gonna say this, and she said everything needed to be said. I think the cast, there may be some jealousy in the cast. I mean, Karamo's definitely the breakout star on the show, and they already ran off the other guy, Bobby, that was on the show before. And Karamo and Bobby are still friends, and you know, Karamo has since unfollowed the entire cast, and he's only talking to Bobby still. So yeah, it's funny because I sent Karamo a throwback picture of us from him and I hosted the red carpet pre-show. Him and I did the pre-show, and Tracy Edmonds and Terrence J did the main red carpet, and we were all hosting the pre-show for the Image Awards 10 years ago. I was looking for photos for the 10-year challenge that everybody's doing, the 2016 pictures, and I saw me and Karamo on the red carpet. He's come such a long way. The man has a very successful talk show. He's making so much money. Every award show, the Oscars, he's there. The Emmys, he's there. And I think there may be some jealousy that he's definitely, you know what, he's the Beyonce of the group. But like the only difference is Kelly and Michelle don't seem jealous of Beyonce, but these guys clearly are. So you know, messed up, boys.
I sent him a quick text just to tell him that I was praying for him and that I'd hate that he has to be the one all the time to show publicly what protecting your peace and boundaries looks like. But I'm sending him love and energy. Because I don't know if you know this, but Karamo taking Queer Eye left space in that opening for me to do Daily Blast Live.
Oh,
so
wow.
I am definitely, and we've talked about this, like, I'm so glad that Karamo took Queer Eye, but if it's like taking his piece,
right?
No, there's gonna be other opportunities. I'm sure there already are other opportunities lined up.
Karamo is always gonna work. And did you see? And we gotta go to the next topic, but he made a video that one of the shows he didn't show up to, but he sent in a video, and he was clearly leaving out the cast. He said nothing about the cast. Yeah. He said the crew works so hard. And he shout out the executives, everybody but them hating ass cast members. So, anyways. Moving on, NeNe Leakes has settled her discrimination lawsuit against Bravo and is heading back to the network. Take a look at what she said.
I'm happy, overjoyed to say that I will be returning to Bravo. I almost can't even believe the words that are coming out of my mouth. I'm so happy.
Claudia?
To go back on television. Listen. She's a huge part of the success of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. I think enough time has gone by that old wounds have healed. I think it's a major step back for her to be a part of the 20th anniversary, the girls trip that they're doing, that she's a part of that. And I definitely think this opens the door and clears the way for her to get, there's really now not really an excuse for her not to go back to Real Housewives of Atlanta, because she's being welcomed back to one of their shows. I think this is great. I think it's going to be good for the network. People have been calling for her to come back for a very long time. So I think this is amazing. So congratulations, NeNe. This is the first step for you to get back to where you want, to getting a peach back. If that's what you want, I think you can have it.
Yeah, I think that this is obviously, NeNe Leakes is an icon when it comes to reality TV in general, but particularly, I mean, a Bravo icon for sure. And I think that it's very difficult to be the first in these situations. And so when people were talking about, the lawsuit and she kind of crashed out a little bit and all of these things were happening, I think there are two sides to every story. And when you are the first, as NeNe was, in a lot of respects in terms of how she ascended, then you don't necessarily know what to look out for because you don't know what's coming. And I think that there's a lot of hard feelings when you know that you've given so much of yourself to something and you don't feel like that's being reciprocated. Now, am I advocating for, suing networks and doing all of this stuff? If you feel that's what you need to do, I mean, I don't know what the situation is, but right. I can certainly understand when you feel like you've given more than what you've received, and then you're kind of like not feeling as though you're being taken care of, and how much that can weigh on a person. So I'm glad that whatever mediation or terms that they came together on, I think it is a win that, for her, that she's coming back and that this is happening in this way. So I don't know what the terms are, but I do feel like in the history books, so to speak, this will shine favorably, or at least, more in her favor.
I wonder if her coming back was part of the negotiations, because that also could be part of it. Like, we'll give you some money or less money, but let you come back to the show, or we're going to give you this and that, or what is it that you want? I will say this, like, it is so hard for women of color to make these kind of waves in the entertainment business. And we have to be, we all need to be great examples when we get there. Mm. And there is a lot of responsibility and pressure by being the first. Yes. And there's also a lot of eyeballs on you that are looking at you and following your footsteps. And hopefully moving forward, it could be a much smoother situation, because nobody likes to see anyone lose their job, especially that it was as entertaining as her. She's funny. She's really funny. And she's good at that. And to see them scramble with different cast members trying to fit a square peg into a round hole, and then damn, they were doing everything but bring her back. So I think this is good for her. And I think this much time away from it, she'll probably be a lot more like appreciative, like, man, I'm not, you get a second chance at something, like, okay, I'm not messing this up this time, because you don't usually get second chances. So this is a milestone, and it's very huge for her to even get this. So kudos to Bravo and to her as well. All right. You're listening to Accidentally Informed. I'm Claudia Jordan with my girl, Erica Cobb. Now, as the new year gets underway, a lot of people are thinking about change, but not just resolutions. They're thinking about reinvention. But what it means to live honestly and without, what does it mean to live honestly and without apology? Our next guest has an answer for that, and he also has a hand in inspiring one of Netflix's most talked about characters, Uncle Charlie from Forever. In case you missed it, take a look.
Shit, I'm telling you, let the kids go to HBCU undergrad so they can know themselves. Come grad school, go to their mama's alma mater to get the connects and the network and shit. What the world don't need is more confused black folks. Plus, ain't you tired of white people? They all dry and shit.
That's why we spend all this money coming up here in the summertime.
Coming up here is cute, but it's not enough.
Trust me, I know. It ain't easy getting these kids to the dream. It ain't cheap and it ain't easy.
Dawn, boo-boo.
What?
You still sipping on that Kool-Aid that anything white is right.
All right, please welcome to the show the real life Uncle Charlie, Charlie Lewis Jr. Welcome to Accidentally Informed.
What's happening, ladies? How are you guys tonight?
We're
So
good.
I love that show.
Oh, as much as me.
Congratulations.
Such a ride. Such a ride. Oh my gosh. Yes. Welcome. Thank you for being here.
Glad to be here. Glad to be here.
Being booked and busy is such a blessing, especially with what they try to do to, a lot of our shows. So
hey, I just voted for y'all ladies. So hey.
Oh, you did? Thank you.
Yes.
Oh, thank you, Uncle Charlie. All right. Now, seeing a version of yourself come to life on TV, that's really rare. So what was your reaction to the first time you realized Uncle Charlie was you?
Well, the funny part about it, of course it's surreal because you're like, oh my God, I'm on the screen and it's not me, but it's me. It's my words. Because Mara and I, we get together when she comes to New York and we sit down and we, go to lunch. We'll go do a walk around New York and we are always talking. And so she's always taping me. And she's like, Uncle Charlie, Professor Charlie, that's what she calls me, Professor. And she says, you are always dropping gems. So she said, I'm going to put you in Forever. I didn't know how I was going to show up in Forever. So I just went with it, right? And I'm not like starstruck by her or anything because she's been my girlfriend for all these years. So one day she said, oh, well, we wrapped up. And I said, well, I guess I'm not in it. And so I went on about my business, right? And then months later, she sends me the tape. And when she sends me the tape and she shows me that episode, I just lost it. And I I was just like, I couldn't believe it, that someone takes your words and put them on the big screen that means so much to you. That, especially me and Mara just met each other 11 years ago through her brother-in-law, Uncle Ricky. And so for someone to come in your life at this stage to really see who you are as an individual, that was major.
Did you get a check for that? You got a check for that?
No.
I had to ask. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Mara.
That's right, call her.
Mara, first of all, I want to work on one of your shows. I adore her. She is gorgeous. She is smart. She's been around for a long time. That is such a respected name in Hollywood. So she's just that girl. She's that girl. So I love that you guys have this friendship. Mara, cut your boy a check, a little something.
Exactly.
Uncle Charlie, do you mind if I call you that?
You can call me Uncle Charlie. Everybody does. Everybody does.
Yeah, I mean, you are a force yourself. You're a real estate leader, community advocate, and now first-time author. Your book is called No Apologies, Love the Way You Live at Any Age. What does living unapologetically look like, and in 2026 especially?
Basically, it looks like you are in alignment with yourself, okay? I use the 8 dimensions of wellness to tell my story. And those 8 dimensions of wellness is emotional, social, physical, financial, environmental, occupational, intellectual, and spiritual. And so when you're in alignment with those dimensions and not letting someone pull you astray or aside, then that is when you are living in your authentic truth. And I can just say, for me, it comes down to environments. It comes down to curating your friend group, or even your family and those on the job. So a lot of people out here are trying to figure out, why is my life miserable? Or why am I not doing what I want to do, or what the neighbor is doing next door, your friend group, because you're in that comparison trap. When I say love the way you live, that's love the way you live, not the way Johnny, not the way Susie, not the way Daryl and Tyrone live, but the way you live, because you were put on this earth for a reason. And a particular reason. And you need to dig deep, figure that out, and go about the business. So it took me 40 years to, from leaving Statesboro, Georgia, moving to New York, all the cities in between, but, being in New York, to really understand who I was and the magnitude of why I was put on this earth and everything that I went through. So I wanted to share this wisdom with everybody out there, because in the community, I ride hard, as you can see, by forever for Howard University. That's number one. I ride hard for the Black community. I'm a board member of the New York Urban League. So when it comes down to advocacy, it comes down to community. I ride hard for us, and I'm tired of us being in trauma. I'm tired of us chasing someone else's dream when you need to chase your own dream. And if you do that, we'll all be in a better living in harmony, because we as a people of color, our soul we're the salt of the earth, you know, and everything beats and moves around us. And so I just want us to be better friends, better family members, better husbands, better wives, better partners. And if you just read the book, you'll see how I took my story, wrapped it in to make you go reflect on your life, get in alignment, and start doing the work on yourself.
I love that. I love that. I really like that.
Yeah.
Now you've reinvented your life more than once. When did you realize starting over isn't failure? It's power.
Well, you know, the thing is, when you're on that job, right, and you're like, you know what, this is not moving me anymore. I'm not getting anything from this. What we tend to do is stay around for the check. And then you go home and you're miserable. And if you have a partner or a significant other, you're taking it out on them. Or you pick up bad habits like, you know, drinking too much, smoking too much, or doing whatever, as opposed to looking at the problem, which is the job and the career that you're trying to go in, and say, you know what, this is not for me. So let me start to take the necessary steps to move from position A to position B. And once you start doing that, the money will come. Because when you start really going after your passion, the money will come. I talk about it in the book about basically when I was in grad school, and then I thought I wanted to do corporate marketing. And then I realized I didn't want to do that. I want to do sports marketing. And I pivoted like the last second. So I needed an extra semester to get those classes under my belt. But I was not getting paid the same money that MBA students were getting paid. But I knew the work, if you're doing something that you love, the money would come. And it only took me a year, and the money came. And ever since then, you know, I've been loving the way I live, but it's been in motion. It's been in segments, you know, over the course of the years, realizing that I had a problem, identifying that problem, and then correcting it. And I think that's what we don't do enough, self-reflection. And you have to do that in life.
You know, Uncle Charlie, I got to tell you, I appreciate this so much, because when I talk about why and how I decided to, or was really forced to start over, because, you know, my brand is Comeback. Mm-hmm. And, you know, there's always this question about, like, how were you so sure? And the truth is, I had a cheat code, because I saw my father get laid off in an opportunity that was not going to circle back to him. Mm-hmm. And I saw him have to start over when I was in the 7th grade. Wow. And I watched that rise. I saw my mom do the same thing by going to school to get her EDD. Mm-hmm. And the amount that we had to, as a family, really take back, or, you know, save money and all of this stuff. So I had a template for it. But so many people don't have that template. So I have to commend you for finding that part of yourself. Yeah. And understanding and being obedient to the call, because that template for our community is so necessary. You also are you're a testimony teacher. So you're very open in your book about your HIV diagnosis. What was the biggest internal shift you had to make after that moment?
Well, that was 30 years ago. So that was in 1995.
Wow.
I had lost about 30 friends prior to that. I grew up in DC at Howard in the 80s. So DC was the capital of Black gay, you know, just like New York and San Francisco for white gays back then. And so you didn't have doctors who specialized in infectious disease. And so the doctor had told me I was getting ready. I just realized this. This was 30 years ago, December going into New Year's. I was taking a trip from Atlanta to Miami. It was a road trip with my friends. And I got the news from the doctor at that time. And you should have saw my face. The whole 12-hour drive from Atlanta to Miami, which is a long drive. And he said, you got 6 years to live. What do you do with that, right? And all I could think about was 6 years to live. So what do? Do I be reckless, or do I really go out here and I live my life to the, to the fullest?
Mm-hmm.
And I remember one of my friends said, Charlie Lewis, go live your life. Go live your life. And I remember that day when he said that. And then I reflected on me. And then during that course, that's when doctors were trying to figure out what was going on with the medication at the time. And I was just listening to my body. And when something didn't go right, I kind of paused and did things. But at that time, you didn't know. But this is the message to all of that. No matter what diagnosis you get, whether it be cancer, heart disease, diabetes, any form of cancer, you need to make sure that you get a doctor that wants you to live. You need to advocate for yourself. We as minorities, Black women, you guys know the mortality rate is so high with Black women because they think you can endure pain, And so when you go into the doctor's office, you have to go in with someone. If you're afraid, go in with someone who can talk the language, know the language, and present. Because you got traveling nurses and doctors coming around. They don't know. You could be allergic to some medication, and next thing you know, you're getting the wrong medication. If you're not planning to do that, you need to be attentive to what it is about your body. Speak to your body. Well, I'm an advocate when it comes down to health. Thank God I found the doctor who wanted me to live. I moved from Atlanta to New York, got the best doctor. He's my doctor to this day, Dr. Michael Mullen. I put him in the book as well. Amazing. And, ever since then, it's just been, one pill a day. Hey, I don't even know anymore because it's just, I go on with my life. But the message is, and I stress this in our community, health is wealth. It's a part of one of the dimensions in my book. It's physical wellness. You got to make sure that you understand your body, what's affecting you. You even need to know your gene line, of if you were adopted or even if you're not adopted, but what is hereditary in your family, so you know how to treat and prevent yourself from, walking into the same madness that some people, tend to have. So it's about yourself. Take care, ownership of yourself. Don't blame anybody. And one thing about my book, I never blame anybody for my life. I take on ownership of everything. And I use everything that I learned in life to move forward and to just keep moving onward and just living a fruitful life. So, this Sunday I turned 59.
Wow. Good for you. Well, happy early birthday, first of all.
Yes, happy birthday, Aquarius.
You know it.
And secondly, I'm glad that you didn't take that first, your diagnosis as a death sentence, and 6 years turned into 30 years and counting.
Yes.
That is so encouraging for our viewers to hear that, to see that. You know what I mean?
And Claudia, one thing, I don't mean to cut you off, I'm sorry. But one thing that I said, God, why did you save me? Why me?
Mm-hmm.
And he said, you got a mouth and you're not afraid to use it. And 30 years later, to this date, the release of the book, I'm using it. And so it all came to the way it was supposed to be in its time. And I needed those 30 years to tell this story and to be vulnerable and to really show the community how to move on from any turmoil, any trial or tribulation that you're going through. But you know what? You're here for a purpose. Find out what that purpose is and live it.
Wow. What a great conversation with you. You have a great personality and a great message, and we really appreciate you and celebrate you.
Thanks
for sharing that.
Yes.
And if God is sparing people with big mouths, I'm gonna live forever. The messy people with the big mouths. Erica, sorry you only made it to 89. I'm over here 135 years old. Me and Charlie over here gonna be drinking. Old as hell. Because our reckless mouths keeping us on this earth. I like
Yes.
that. I like that theory
Yes.
with
Yes.
Erica. Her flabber is gassed. Okay, so where can folks find you? I mean,
You can find me on IG at Charlie Lewis Jr. So follow me there. And you can find the book at charlielewisnyc.com. It's on Amazon and any other channel. The unfortunate thing, you can get the Kindle version, but the book, the hard copy, is sold out. So it's already sold out. So you need to go ahead, place your order, and it'll come. And, I'm on the 10 city tour as well. When you go to the website, charlielewisnyc.com, you will see the event tour. So I'm going to New York next week. I'll be at the Apollo at the Victoria Theaters. And then I'm going to be in Detroit, Houston, Philly, Miami, Dallas, and Chicago.
Oh, I live in Dallas. I'm going to have to come to the Dallas one.
There you go. That's cool.
Oh, should I ask? I think I overlooked a question because I was just like so into listening to what you said. Let me just ask this one last thing. I know we were kind of going backwards a little bit, but if someone is feeling, I think this is important. If someone listening is feeling stuck by age, by fear, by circumstance, what's one unapologetic step you'd like to tell them to take today?
Okay. I have this thing called the three rule that you need to do. Number one, that obligation project, right? Where you're obligated to go to this committee meeting, obligated to do this hobby because you feel guilty if you're not doing it, cut it. That's number one, right? Number two, comparison loop. Get off, stop following that person that you compare yourself to. Remove yourself from that, mute that person, get away from that person, stop following that person because your life is your life, not their life. And the last one is that someday goal, I call it. Someday I'm going to learn Italian. Someday I'm going to learn French. Someday I'm going to learn German, whatever the case may be. If you keep pushing it back on that timeline, just get rid of it because you're stressing yourself out. You want to live in your truth. You want to live in and be peaceful at that. The big topic this year, on social media is about Black women and living in peace and not living in turmoil and all the things, right?
Listen.
Everybody wants peace. And once you find that peace, you don't want to give it up. So if anybody is coming into your life, they need to have done the work. So therefore, it's a peaceful relationship. So,
could you say it louder for the people on the back, Uncle Charlie?
Peaceful relationship, Ask Uncle Charlie. That's what I'm coming out with next. So
damn, I'm never gonna have sex again if I gotta wait on a peaceful man. They out here ratchet as hell these streets.
Hey, you got to put that in. You got to put that in compartments. Sex, relationship.
Oh, I got you. I was thinking the whole thing. Charlie's book, No Apologies, Love the Way You Live at Any Age, is available now, mostly sold out. So you better go and get the audiobook, right, Kimbo?
Yeah. You can get the audio version on Kindle. I'm also coming out. Excuse me. You can get the ebook version on Kindle. I'm also coming out with an Audible version in my own voice, but that will happen sometime in February. I got sick when I was supposed to tape, and I kind of lost my voice, so I couldn't do it. So.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Some of our informers were asking about the audio version as well.
Yeah. It's coming. It's coming. But in the meantime, go get that book. Because after every chapter, we have reflections and realignment.
Love that.
And that way you get some homework. So I'm giving you a little $34.99 to give you free therapy. That's all. You get your therapy on the back, and we made it fun, so it's 10s across the board at the end. So once you do the work, you get 10s across the board, just like they do in ballroom culture, okay?
Look, you doing your thing. You don't need that little check from Mara. That's why she didn't pay you. She's like, you already popping. You don't need, I get it now, Mara. He don't need it, he good.
No, look, we can need more, in this country, look like we need more because I don't know what's happening, but
It has been a joy.
Yeah,
thank you so much for joining us. And thanks for your vote.
Yeah, thank you, ladies, for having me. I love you. It's been great.
I love you back. Thank you so much.
Uncle Charlie.
You're welcome.
And
thank you. And
birthday.
thanks for everybody for looking out and getting the book. So, hey, get your book.
Absolutely.
Give him the best birthday gift ever and buy his book, Uncle Charlie. Well, that was fun. He was cool as hell.
Yeah. Oh my God. I was just smiling the whole time. Like,
Yeah, you gave us different Ericas tonight. You was newscaster Erica, right? She was like, like the Erica Cobb show. Then she went to
Yeah.
and then she went to Smiley Happy Namaste. It was really nice. I saw all three seasons of Erica tonight.
Erica has layers.
You
Okay?
really do.
There's layers and levels here because I need people to know that it's not one note, because I think some people got the memo that it was one note.
No.
I don't want to untwist your twisted.
Oh, she going back into it again. Okay. And we are not a monolith. Damn
We
it.
are not a monolith. And neither is my personality.
Or your hair or your outfits.
Exactly.
Or the way you speak. None of it. Okay. All right. Before we go, informers, have you joined our Patreon yet? Every week we drop exclusive bonus stories live just for our Patreon family. Tonight's bonus is something Tyrese said about loyalty. Now, before he deleted it from social, now, if you want in on that conversation, and you know you do, because I always got words for Tyrese, come hang out with us on Patreon. And don't forget, we love your support. Vote for our podcast for the NAACP Image Award nomination. Actually, vote for us for our award by scanning the QR code on your screen. Thank you so much for watching tonight. Erica, any parting words? And what voice are you going to be in this final part here?
I'm just going to stay very calm and say that, Claudia, I just love and appreciate you.
Love you too.
And you are the best. And I also want to give a shout out to our EP, Megan Rosales, because I really did have a moment this week where I was like, I believe in miracles. I really do, because just aligning the way that everything has aligned, I just appreciate it so much. So thank you both and our whole team, because this is just a very special moment.
Oh, thank you, Erica. That was amazing. You try to make me cry again.
Always.
Not gonna happen tonight. I have drinks, liquor to consume.
Ooh.
I was in Miami. Me and Rod about to hit the streets. So I'm trying to find her son a new stepdaddy.
Post on your stories. I will watch.
Oh, we outside.
Okay.
Let me say, if you one of my friends and you break and you want to get back outside, I'm your girl.
Okay.
And your man's gonna be mad at me, and I'm okay with that. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. This has been Accidentally Informed,
where we need for you to vote early and often.
That's right. We'll see you next time. See you back here next week. Bye, Erica.
Put it on, girl. Let me see it. Put it on, girl. Let me see it.